Dear students, today I am going to start the subject Database Management Systems. Subject code is 18CS53. This subject is same as 17CS53 and 15CS53. If you want to refer any question paper, any other things, you can refer that old 17CS53 and 15CS53. There is no change in the subjects syllabus. This is the outline of my today's presentation. First, let us see what is the course objective of this subject, course outcomes, and reference and textbooks used for this subject, and what is each module content, and we'll see what is the introduction of this database management system. First, we will see course objectives. So, after studying this course, students will enable to provide a strong foundation in database concepts, technology, and practice. So practice SQL programming through a variety of database programs, and they should know demonstrate the use of concurrency and transaction in database. Along with that, recovery applications also we are going to see, and design and build database applications for real world problems. So this course will enable students to do the following things. This is a course outcome. After studying this course, students will be able to provide a strong foundation in database concepts, technology, practice, and ER model. Not only ER model, they are going to learn two different models: ER model, entity relationship model, and relational model. Both the models, how it will be used in SQL and how it will be used to implement the real world applications that students will learn. And they should know that how to design and how to, they will understand and design database applications for real world problems. And also they know functional dependencies, using that how to normalize the database. And now we'll take that database management system. It is used in real-time applications like railway, airline reservation, and so on. There we need to maintain concurrency and the concurrencies in the database transaction systems. So now to maintain that concurrency, so students will demonstrate the use of concurrency and transactions, and how that any problem occurred, how it will be recovered. Everything students going to understand after learning this subject. Then this is the reference books, where this is a textbook used for this subject. Fundamentals of Database System by Ramesh Elmasri, and you should take 7th edition, Pearson publication. So this book covers the first 4 modules of your subject. And database management system, Ramakrishnan and Raghu Ramakrishnan and Hictre. So this book covers the last module. Along with that, you can take that third module also. Some topics you can refer in this book. And then reference books also, Silbercat Code and Sudarshan. This is 6th edition. This book also you can refer. And database principles and fundamentals of design. These books you can refer for your queries and many examples. But for exam point of view, for you only the first and second book is enough. And this is a prerequisites for this subject. I think you people have studied data structures and algorithms in the second year itself. That is a necessary thing you should know to understand the DBMS. So in data structures, you have studied the different types of data, how the data will be stored, what are the data structures, storage structures used to store the data, etc. That is a main requirement you need to know to study database management systems. So this is the overall content of this the database management system. So first data in the database management system, in the first module we are going to study about introduction about the database systems, what is database, DBMS, what is data, and so on. And we are going to study about the applications, advantages of database management system, and various different uses of database management system, and when not to use the DBMS, and 3 schema architecture and ER model. And in the module 2 you are going to study about relational data model, relational algebra, and that how to convert that relational ER model into model. And we are going to study some of the basic concepts of SQL, structured query language. In module 3 we are going to see the advanced concepts of advanced queries of SQL, along with that database application development, how the front end and back end of the system should be connected, and what is the internet applications. In the fourth module, we are going to study about database design theory, various functionalities we are going to see, and functional dependencies. Along with that, we are going to study how to normalize the database system. That is, normalization algorithms we are going to see. In module 5, we are going to study about transaction processing, concurrency control, and database recovery protocols. So this is the overview of the our database management system subject. Now let us see introduction. Before seeing introduction, I think you people, everyone aware of that where we are using database system. So in general, what is meant by database? So you all know it's a collection of data. So we are in real life, we are using everywhere the database management system. Suppose we'll take, when we are going for booking the ticket, in railway system, there they were maintaining the database IRCTC. When before booking the ticket, you have to give your name, your details, from where, which place to which place you want to go, so source, destination, date, name, train number, and so on. This is a collection of information, that is called data, that is called as database system. Not only in railway reservation system, and if you take airline reservation system and medical, if you go to hospital, they are maintaining the record, that is collection of records, is called as a database system. In you take our college itself. In college, you know, everyone knows we are having that EDMAT. In the EDMAT itself, we are maintaining the collection of data about the student, your name, USN, your parent details, and your school educational details. What is your hobby? What is the percentage of marks you have scored in first semester, second semester, third semester? Your extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, everything. This collection is called as a database system. So now we are going to see about how the database is created, how it will be maintained, and what are the applications of it, and so on. Okay. So first we'll see what is mean by data. So what is mean by data? So we can tell your name. What is your name? Name of the student is a data. USN of the student is a data. So known fact that can be recorded and have the implicit meaning. It should have a meaning. Okay, so it's a known fact that can be recorded and have the implicit meaning. And database means, the suppose only the one student name means, okay, so some in this class you have 50 students are there, 50 students name yours, and it's called as a collection of data. So the collection of related data is called as a database. It should be a related data. So collection of all 10 to 50 students data is called as a database. We can't mingle with the collection of student data with employee or some other data people, those who are working in the company. So that should be a related data. It should be related to that person, name, student name, USN, marks, date of birth, address, and so on. So next is mini world, but means some part of the real world about which data is stored in a database. That means, so if you take that college database, mean the mini world is that college, complete college. So in the college, what are the things it is related? Students details are there, and faculties are involved in that thing, and course, what are the courses running in there, what are the various departments, and so on. This is the mini world among them. So then database management system means it's a DBMS, database management system. Already you know database is a collection of related data. Database management system means it is a software system used to create and maintain the database in a computerized database. So manual database means people we are going to maintain. Suppose the data is stored in the system. System means, so we need a software to create and as well as maintain the database. For already I told, for your data, complete faculty and student data of our college is stored in the EDMAT. EDMAT is that EDMAT is a software system that should be developed by using some of the database management system. Using that we are creating and maintaining your data. That is called as database system. So database management system. Now next, database system means the DBMS software together with the database data itself. That means database system means database collection of data along with the software is called as a database system. So, for example, we'll take that university environment. Mini world is university environment. In the university environment, what are the objects are there? Entities are there. University or college will take, we're having students, various faculty, instructors or faculties, courses, and various departments, and so on. Okay. And again, we'll take student means each student is related with having the data like name, USN, and date of birth, address, and so on. Same thing for each course. There is a course code, course name, who is the instructor, and who is the textbook, and so on. So this is the example for database system. Introduction. So in that now we again we are going to continue with that thing. The database has the following implicit properties. Each database should have the following properties. The first one is, so the database represents some aspect of the real world, that we are going to call it as a mini world or universe of discourse. So changes in the mini world are reflected in the database. That means, suppose we will take that our college. College is the mini world. If any changes happened in the thing, that should be reflected in the database. Suppose, for example, we are maintaining the details of the student. The student is left from the college, or he may be left means he may be completed the course, or he may be discontinued. So in the both the cases, that should be updated in the database. That means the changes in the real world should be reflected in the database. So the database is a logically coherent collection of data with some inherent meaning. So it should have an implicit meaning, each database. So the database is designed, built, and populated with data for a specific purpose. So college database means for college purpose we have designed, created, and maintained the database. That is, suppose you will take medical database means the doctor they are maintaining for their purposes. So each database is having a specific purpose. A database can be of any size and complexity may be anything. So we can't tell all databases are same size. Airline databases and library database, not both are same. So it will be different size, and as well as the complexity also will be different. There may be many objects will be involved in one database. In another database there will be only very less number of objects, and the data stored also very less, and so on. Depends on that, the size and complexity is going to vary. This is the functions of database system. So everyone we knows already. I told database management system means it's a software used to create and maintain the database in a computerized system. So first create, for now to create the database, suppose for example we want to create a database for our college. So college means first we should identify what are the objects, real world objects involved in that college. So we can take main objects are students, faculties or instructors, and what are the various departments are there, what are the different courses they are running, and so on. So first we have to define a particular database in terms of data types, structures, and constraints. That means suppose we'll take students only. So students, what are the data related to the students? Students means it is related to their USN, name, date of birth, address, and email ID, and so on. If we'll take USN itself, we have to give the constraint that as per the VT, the USN is 10 characters. So in that characters we are using numbers 1SB 17 CS. So the number also there, as well as numeric character, alphabetical characters also there. So that we have to define. And if we'll take that, suppose you are the department will take mean that in our college we are having only 4 departments: CSE, ECE, EEE, and MEC. So the constraint we have to specify when we are entering. If we are entering any civil department, anything should not accept. That is a constraint. So name we have to specify. It is a data type as string, collection of characters, character data type. So that should be defined first. Okay, define a particular database in terms of data types, structures, and constraints. Next, we have to construct or load the initial data contents on a secondary storage medium. Next, we have to construct. Construct means after creating that database with the different types, constraints, and those things, then we got to load the data into, we got to insert the data into database. After inserting the data, we can perform the manipulation operation. That means we can modify the data whenever the new person, a new student or faculty is joining. We can insert the data. If any student address or faculty phone number is changed, that we can do the updation and delete. If any person is leaving, we can delete. These are all the manipulation operations to be performed. And sharing a database, so allows multiple users can share the database. Suppose we'll take the real time example as IRCTC railway reservation system. At a time multiple users are using that database, that should be provided that multiple users will use the database simultaneously. Okay, that should be taken care. And production or security measures are important to prevent the unauthorized access. Otherwise that unauthorized person will access the database, they may modify, they may change the data. That is not a good one. So the production should be there. And maintaining the database, maintenance is very very important one. If any changes are reflected, that should be updated as up to date information, it should be there in the database. And frequently that any backups are required, that should be taken, and so on. Okay, so these are all the functionalities of database management system. So next we will see the simplified database system environment, how it will be. So we know that the database data will be stored in a database, that is disk, the hard disk or the secondary storage memory, it will be stored. Along with that stored database definition will be that is called as a metadata. Metadata means the information about the data. For example, student name, USN, date of birth, it will be stored in that is called as stored database. That information, all 50 students information is called as stored, stored in the stored database. That name means it is a string, character string. The type is character string. The length, maximum length we are giving 15. Then it will be that information. USN means 10 characters, and this department means this should be only 10 letters, and then it should be the thing is it should be only 4 departments. This information about the data, that will be stored in the stored database definition, that is called as a metadata. And not to access these things, we need a software to access that stored data. So, and we are giving, after storing the data, suppose I want to access a particular student details, means I'll give a query. So retrieve the details of the student, those are coming from Article. So that will be, that we as a user or programmers, we are going to submit that through queries. In old we have used application programs, now we are submitting through queries. So in order to process that query, the software is needed. So the first we are having the already I told DBMS software, that is software used to process queries to access the database. And along with that what queries we are submitting, users, database, everything together is called as a database system. So this is a simple example of the college database. We'll be having a student name, student number, class, major, and then course. What is the course name, course number, and so on. Section identifier, course number, and so on. Grade report and prerequisite. So this is the collection of data. Okay, and the university or college you can take, this is called as database system. So it is having the various objects, student, course objects, and so on, and then along with that characteristics of that objects, name, student number, class, major, and so on. Okay, so that's all about introduction. I think in that introduction part you people have understood about but why we are going to study the database management system, what is meant by data, database, DBMS, and what is the functionalities of DBMS, and what are the characteristics of database system example. Thank you.